How's everybody doing out here? Please don't be a quiet crowd. I know you're a bunch of middle schoolers. I said, how is everybody doing out here? I'm Bubba from 100.7 Star in the Bubba Show. And Melanie's on her tiptoes.
You all are taller than me. I'm Melanie Taylor.
And I'm Shelley Duffy.
And I'd like to start by saying thank you to each and every one of you who came out today to support a cause that is so near and dear to all of our hearts. It is the UPMC Shine a Light on Bullying campaign. And you need to start by giving yourselves a big round of applause. By the mere fact that you are here, and the mere fact that your teachers, your principals, and everybody associated with your schools voted to get us here shows how unbelievably proud you are of your school district and how unbelievably proud we are of you. But I want to start with this. By a show of hands, how many people out there, adults too, because we know it happens, know somebody that has been picked on or bullied? Raise your hand now. Everybody leave their hands up, please. Leave their hands up. Take your eyes off the stage for a moment and just look around at all the hands in the air. All right, everybody can put their hands down. If you don't think that bullying is a major problem in the world today, you have just been proven wrong, right? Because I think almost every single one of us knows somebody that has been picked on or bullying. And that leads me to the next question. How many of you, when you do something really bad, like you break a rule, you don't listen to your parents, you pick on somebody, how many of you, by a show of hands, after you do something bad, feel really good about yourselves? If you feel good about yourselves after you do something bad, raise your hand now. Now look around, how many hands? None. One. Now let me ask you this question. By a show of hands, when you do something nice and you do something friendly and you do something to help somebody, you help your mom out, and you look at this big task ahead of you, and you say to yourself, you help your grandmothers, your grandparents, your friends, your friend calls you because they're crying, they had a horrible day, and you talk to them, and when you're done with a really nice thing, you feel good about what you did. By a show of hands, how many people after they do something nice feel good about themselves? Raise your hand now. So with this in mind, let me ask you a question. Is there any reason that each and every one of you would ever, and I mean ever, do something bad to another person? You can answer. Is there a reason that any one of you would ever want to hurt somebody else? Yes or no? I can't hear you. Is there a reason that you would ever be mean to somebody else? Yes or no? It doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make them feel good. But somehow, some way, it happens every day. And how do we know that? By the first question I asked you. How many of you know somebody that's been picked on or bullied, and all of you raised your hand? But when we broke it down, and they said, do you feel good about yourself when you're mean? Nobody raised their hand. Do you feel good when you do something good? All of you raised your hand. So that's what the UPMC Shine the Light on Bullying campaign is all about. To teach kindness, compassion, and empathy. This will be the last time I'll ask for hands. How many of you know somebody in your school that sometimes sits at lunch by themselves, walks down the hallways alone, doesn't have a lot of friends, and for the most part spends their day in school alone? Please raise your hand now. That is a lot of kids, right? That's a lot of you, right? Here is what I challenge each and every one of you to do, and I'll give you the tool to do it. I'll give you the easiest thing in the world, because the hardest thing in the world is to go up to somebody that you don't know and to introduce yourself, right? You feel awkward, you feel uncomfortable, you don't know them, but that person might have an amazing story to share with you, and it's this simple. Hi, my name is. It's very simple, isn't it? Walk up to a stranger, somebody you don't know, and just say, hi, my name is. You see, the challenge for each and every one of you, and for all of your parents, you go to an amazing school. Do you know how I know that? Because each and every one of you are here. You see, your principals, your teachers, your guidance counselors can only do so much. They can't force you to be friends with each other. They can put rules in place. They can say to each other, they can put systems in place to make sure there's no bullying. But in the end, the people that have the power to change bullying is who? You. Do you know why? The way that bullying ends is those of you that raised your hand because you feel good when you do something nice, start doing something nice every day for each other. Because I think those rules won't be needed if all of a sudden everybody gets along. If all of a sudden a bully isn't the cool person, if all of a sudden the person who is the bully isn't the one that seems like they're cool, and all of a sudden kindness is cool, then not me, not your teachers, not your guidance counselors, and not your principals will this change. Only when you change can we genuinely stop bullying. When all of a sudden kids that are bullied aren't the outcasts, when all of a sudden kids that are bullied are not the ones who are made to sit alone, let's face it, aren't the bullies the ones that should be sitting alone? Aren't they the ones that aren't necessarily being nice? But yet the kids, like my daughters who you're going to meet today, who eat lunch every day alone in their school, are the ones that set aside? How's that fair? How's that fair in any way that the people that are mean, the people that aren't kind, aren't compassionate, are the ones that are stuck alone? Imagine what it would be like to go to school every day and not have anybody to talk to, have anybody to share anything with, to talk about classwork, to eat lunch with. There is no child that should ever go to school and feel alone. And you can change that. Each and every one of you can make a difference, and it's this simple. When you go back to school today, or you go back to school tomorrow, I challenge each and every one of you to do this. You see a kid that's sitting alone at a table, my first idea was maybe you go sit with them. How about this? How about you invite them to sit with your friends? How about you go to somebody that you know every day walks down the hallways alone and doesn't have anybody to talk to? You walk up to me and you say, hi, my name is, and get to know them. Because let me just tell you something I tell my daughters every single day when I get a chance. Not every day. Those of you that follow, right? Those of you that find the ultimate cool person and you follow them everywhere they go, your view doesn't change. Because everybody's got the same view at that point when you follow. But those of us that are different, and let me tell you this, different is cool. I'm as different as anybody out there, trust me. Being different is amazing. You're going to see a band up here called A Great Big World from Epic Records. I'm going to promise you, and I haven't spent much time with them, the reason that they're amazing musicians is because they're different. The coolest part about each and every one of us, we don't look the same, we don't act the same, we are all different. And it's up to us to celebrate those differences and to appreciate those differences. And here's the deal. Those of you that follow the pack and follow the cool kids and the bullies, your view never changes. But those of you that are different and explore, and our leaders have the most amazing adventures in the world. So if you want to truly live a life and have adventures, my challenge to you is this: be kind, be compassionate, be empathetic, which means understand that we're all different, and don't ever judge somebody because they're different. Embrace their differences, because that's what's amazing about the world that we live in, and you're the generation that can finally make the change. So to each and every one of you that have bought into why you're here, those of you that are wearing yellow shirts that say, I'm going to shine a light on bullying, it starts right now. Where each and every one of you are going to leave here today, and you are going to shine that light, because bullying happens in the darkness. We are each going to shine our own light and take the darkness away, right? Do I have each and every one of you, and I'm talking to every teacher, every principal, every parent, everybody in this room, do I have your pledge that each and every one of you are going to do one thing over the next 24 hours to shine a light and stop bullying? If you agree with me, let me hear you right now. This is a mission, whether I'm on the radio or not, that I promise you we are going to continue to talk about and work on. And for each and every one of you, give yourselves a big round of applause, because we have begun the process of shining a light on bullying.
I have to be honest, I've worked with Bubba for over 20-some years now. I've never been more proud of my coworker in my entire life. Bubba, I respect you more than I could even imagine for what you're doing for these kids, for this school, and to shine a light on bullying. Now, if you've been listening to Bubba's show, we promised some fun surprises for you here today. Obviously, we have a wonderful band that's going to perform for us. But has anybody been watching our wonderful Pirates and how much of a great season they had? Yeah? Organization that wants to come and say hi. I believe he's in the back somewhere. See there? Oh, there he is! It's okay, Parrot. It's okay. Come on up. Yeah, those wonderful Pirates. All right, he's going to be hanging out with us. Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks! I don't know why that always makes me laugh, but we also have some wonderful speakers here today. And first, let me introduce to you Dr. Liz Miller. She's the Chief of Adolescent Medicine for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh of UPMC. Please give her a big welcome. She has a few words for you this afternoon.
I don't know, this is a hard act here. Awesome. Thank you all so much. And I'll be quick, because I know this is quite a program that we have for you this afternoon. So I'm Liz Miller. Most of my patients call me Dr. Liz. I'm a doctor for adolescents and young adults. That means people from ages 10 up to age 26. And so I will tell you that my most favorite age to take care of are you all, the folks in middle school, because you come with so much wonderful energy and so much positivity and a willingness to change the world. And we're going to keep it going, right? All right, so, but part of the reason that they wanted a pediatrician to come and talk to you all about this is, the very, very simple thing, which is that kids who get bullied, as well as the kids who bully, end up having a lot of health problems too. And so I actually see this a lot in my own practice and in my community and in the schools that I work in, just like all of you just shared with us as well. So I thought I would start with a story about a boy who moved from California to Pittsburgh and started middle school. And in the week kind of leading up to middle school, there was like kind of a, sort of get to know each other summer camp activity, and the kids were changing in the locker room, and a bunch of boys started to make fun of this 6th grader because he was wearing briefs and not boxers underwear. And that continued as the school year started, with the other boys following him to the bathroom and making fun of him about his underwear. It actually also got a little worse, and they started making fun of the size of his genitals. And this boy went to his principal and said, "This is what's going on." And just like in your schools, and I want you to be really, really proud of your schools, the school that this boy was attending had a very, very clear policy about what's okay and not okay. And the adults and teachers very quickly intervened, and the bullying stopped. But the part that kind of broke my heart was that here was a new kid in the school, and not a single other kid spoke up and said, "Hey, that's not cool." And that's my plea to you today, is that for each of you in that next 24 hours that Bubba asked you to focus on this issue, and I hope stay focused on this issue, that you will be the one who stands up and says, "That's not cool." So another story, because this kind of continues, and actually, unfortunately, it seems to get worse in high school. So the idea is you guys are going to be the change. So homecomings this weekend at one of the Pittsburgh public schools, and a 17-year-old, so these are seniors, sitting around at lunchtime deciding where they're going to meet up for homecoming. And one of the girls is going to a volleyball tournament, and they're making all these plans to get together for photos and where they're going to meet, and she says, "But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it because I've got this volleyball tournament." And one of the other girls turned to her and says, "We don't care about you." And fortunately, one of the other young women sitting at that table said, "You know what? That is so not cool. And not to worry, we'll wait for you until that volleyball tournament's over, and then we're going to go to homecoming together." So that can be you. So for a moment, I just want you each to close your eyes. All right? Just take a little bit of moment of silence here. Kind of just, this is heavy stuff, right? So shrug your shoulders around and just relax a little bit. Close your eyes. And I want you to think about a time that you were super happy. Happy surrounded by friends. Maybe it was at a family dinner. Maybe it was after a sports game. Just remember a time when you felt really happy. And hold that and think about how warm that feels. Think about just that sense of relaxation and calm that comes when you feel that happy place. Now think about a place when you did something good, kind, caring for somebody else, and how that made you feel. Think about how the person, maybe you held the door open for a teacher who was holding a bunch of stuff. Maybe you helped an elderly person walk down the stairs. Maybe you stood up for a friend or somebody maybe you didn't even know who was being made fun of. Think about the smile. Think about the sense of relief that you gave that person, and hold on to that feeling. Now open your eyes, because that light that you feel inside you right now is the light that you're going to shine on bullying. It's about you, it starts with you, and it starts with every action every place, okay? And I want you to be super attentive to our language. When you hear your friends making fun of somebody else and saying, "You're so gay," that's not cool language. You all can do so much better, and certainly so much better than some of the high schools that I work in, right? So it all starts with you. You guys really do have the ability to change the world. And it's going to start with every action moving forward. You just make me so hopeful. And I thank you all so much for being here. So, as I said, you guys go to some pretty darn special schools. I have given to your principals kind of a handout sheet about being bullied and what to do, as well as what you can do to step up and stop bullying. On it is the phone number also for the Adolescent Medicine Clinic where I work, where you can certainly call us and talk to us, as well as numerous other confidential websites and numbers that you can call. So that'll go home with you all today. I just want to thank you all so much for being here.
Let's give her a big round of applause. Awesome information there. Okay, so now something's going to happen to the principals. Something fun, because we're going to bring them out here. And I suggest that our Pittsburgh Pirate Parrot gives them the biggest head rubs, hugs, kisses, whatever. We have to give a big round of applause now for Jim Simpson, the principal of Penn Middle School. Come on, Parrot. Yeah. That's it. Oh, and a noogie. That's what I call it, a little noogie. Head rub. Okay, and we can't forget Roger Sullivan, principal of Trafford Middle School.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Mr. Parrott. We want to welcome everyone. And we're not going to take too long here, but a couple of people we want to thank out of the gate. Ms. Bora, Ms. Sullivan, Ms. Lamanna, and Ms. McGraw. These folks, if it weren't for them, we would not be here right now. So I know I can't see it because I have lights in my eyes. But thank you so much, Ms. Bora, Ms. Sullivan, Ms. McGraw, and Ms. Lamanna. You weren't here pushing this, we would never be here. So thank you very much. Okay, we wanted this to be about kids, so we would like at this time our student council representatives to head on up here. Let's have Penn Middle Student Council, Trafford Middle Student Council. Get on up here. They're going to introduce themselves and their position at school.
I'm the Vice President of Penn Middle School, Mitchell Nedley.
I'm Libby Hackberger, and I'm President of Penn Middle School.
Jake Brady, Student Council Treasurer.
Maddie Hackberger, Student Council Secretary. I'm Courtney Morales. I'm Trafford Middle School's Vice President.
Jared Kroll, Trafford Middle School President.
Alexa Deneen, Trafford Middle School Treasurer. Gloria Schaefer, Trafford Middle Secretary.
Thank you, guys. Those are your representatives, and I'm going to have a little story. Mr. Sullivan has a story, but before we get going, I just want to say, and I think Bubba, and Shelley, and Melanie, they gave you the message, and I'm not going to say the same kind of things again, guys, but here's what I say to people all the time when I talk about these things with you. If you saw someone fall on the ground and hurt them and cut their knee or something, wouldn't you help them up? Yeah. If you saw, I know you 8th graders or 7th graders, if you saw a new 6th grader drop their books in the hallway. I see it every day. I see good things between you. Would you help them pick up their books? Tell me. Yes, you would help people. Here's what we need you to do. You need to speak up. If you see bullying, that's like that kid with his knee skinned on the ground. He's bleeding, but it's inside. You can't let it continue. You gotta let someone know. You can do it anonymously. We have bully boxes, things like that. You gotta let us know. It's too serious. Please, bring it forward. We can put a stop to it. We can. I just want to I'm going to tell a quick story about Penn Middle, and I'm not going to, the person who this is about is actually up on this stage, but this person asked me, he didn't want to be embarrassed. I kind of gave it away, so now it's down to 50%. Anyway, here's my story. A couple weeks ago, I had two young sixth graders, and I want to applaud them. They came to me and they said on Instagram, there was a site, it was called PT Truce. And us old folks, everybody remember what a slam book is? Anybody over 30? You guys don't, but everybody up here, they know what a slam book is. Well, on Instagram, they had a bunch of pages about people and they had nasty stuff written about them. And I contacted some parents and we got it down, but there's a person up on this stage, that person made a site called PT Nice Truce and wrote nice things about the people that had bad things written on them about that site. That is outstanding. That is what it's all about now. Outstanding. And one more thing I want to say. The people who bully, we want to help you. There's a reason why you do that. You can stop it. You are in control of yourself. Sooner or later, Sullivan or I, we're going to catch up with you. We have and we will. Don't make me that person. I don't like to yell and scream. I sometimes raise my voice, I know. But I don't like to do that, folks. Don't be that person. You are better than that. And you who don't bully, you outnumber the bullies. I'm guaranteeing you, because I know. I don't have 600 people in my office every day. You have to speak up. The power is in your hand. Please do that. I'm going to turn it over to my man, Mr. Sullivan from Trafford.
Good afternoon, Penn Trafford Middle Schools. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank Shine a Light Program and all of its sponsors and Mr. Simpson for inviting Trafford Middle School to this program. You want to talk about an act of kindness. I know you guys won a competition and everybody was all for us joining you. And you grew. You guys will be here at the high school together, so it is exciting and awesome for me to see you all together wearing green and gold, representing one family that you will do real soon. So I want to thank everybody, Mr. Simpson. We are humbled at Trafford that you invited us to hear this message, and it is very important. You know, I haven't had a long time at Trafford Middle School, just about a month, but I want to tell you, I have seen numerous accounts of students being kind and helping. I saw a brand new student who was anxious about coming in the cafeteria. And without being told, one of our students went up to them, "Please sit with us. Come join us." Those kinds of things are important. I've seen students help one another if they've dropped their books, pick up garbage in the hallway, help each other to class, get on the bus. Those things are contagious. You know, I thought about a commercial, and I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but the message of the commercial is, you know, one person sees someone hold the door for somebody, and they went off and did something nice for someone. And then someone else witnessed that event, and they went off and did something nice for someone. It is contagious, and you all have the ability to be contagious positively. You all will make a difference. And you will, I know you will. We're excited about it. It's exciting to see you all together. And again, thank you for this program.
All right, so this is the part where if I cry, I apologize. You see, the inspiration for my wife Tracy, who's sitting in the front row there, and myself are my daughters. I have 14-year-old twin daughters named Michaela and Brianna that you're going to meet here in about 30 seconds. But in order to truly understand what it was like, I need to share just a couple quick points with you. My daughters, Michaela and Brianna, were born premature. One was born 2 pounds and one was born 1 pound 7 ounces, and that has nothing to do with the fact that they were bullied. But they fought so hard to live in this world when they were born. They fought so hard as infants to even be here with us today. I can't begin to even share with you the nights where we didn't think they were going to make it as babies, but they did. And it's funny because I always thought to myself, these girls are destined for something amazing. My 2 identical twin daughters are here for a reason. And then the bullying began. And my wife Tracy and I had many conversations about they fought so hard in this world. Why does it have to be so hard for them now? Why does it have to be so hard? Why can't school be a place for them to make friends and get an amazing education? Why must they sit in their room at night crying because they didn't want to go back? They fought so hard to be there. But then I had another thought. Maybe this is all part of their strength. Because I can promise you this, the 2 young ladies that I'm going to bring out on stage here are 2 of the strongest young ladies I know in this entire world. Because bullying is incredibly hard to deal with, and they've dealt with it every single day since they were in 3rd grade. Why? I don't know. But I'm going to let you hear their story. I'd like to welcome my daughters, Michaela and Brianna.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Good. That's awesome. So I'm Brianna. I'm Michaela. And we're Bubba's daughters. We're freshmen right now, class of 2017.
Yeah, we go to South Fayette High School, which is really
So, we are here to tell you about our experience and what we feel should be accomplished. So, I'm going to start out with myself. If you are all right with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so, 8th grade. Are there any 8th graders out there? Hey guys. So, in 8th grade, I had a whole bunch of friends. We all did the same sport. We were swimmers. So, in 8th grade, we were all friends, good friends, and one day, my friend decides to playfully kick me in the back of the heel. You know, something that would be harmless. And then other people started doing it, you know, to each other, just playfully. But as the school year progressed, it got a bit worse. Next thing you know, I was being slammed against lockers, being hit with a book so hard that I had to go home with scars on my arms. And so what would be your first instinct? My first instinct was to tell that guy over there, my dad. So I told him and I told my mom, and they went to the school. The school was great, by the way, and we told them, and they got that physical situation quickly resolved. But that's when the ignoring started. I'm a freshman now, and I am still ignored to this day because the person that started the whole thing told everyone in that friend group to stop hanging out with me. And the worst part about that is they did. They didn't. I asked them, oh, hey, what are you guys doing over the weekend? They'd be like, oh, it's nothing. And I'd see on Instagram pictures of them hanging out at the mall. One time, one of my friends, who's been my friend my whole life, had a birthday party, and she told me that it was canceled. And then a week after that, I found out that they had actually had the party, and she just didn't tell me. Now, my message here, I don't want to hold a pity party for myself because I've had way too many of those. I am here to help spread to you guys that this is wrong. And it happens to everyone. It's not just something you hear that happens out in California. Somebody got pushed to the point where they had to just go to extreme lengths. It happens here. It may happen in your school. It happens in mine. I've seen so many people in my school, not me, other people getting pushed to the point that they cry because people are pushing them to their utmost breaking point, and they have to cry in the bathroom. And I do not want that to happen. I want you guys to help me make a difference. Each and every one of you can make a difference. And as a school and schools, that can be very powerful if you all try to make a difference. If you see someone sitting alone or walking alone in the hall, maybe walk up to them, ask them if they want to walk with you, sit with you at lunch. It's as simple as saying hi, because I know personally that whenever someone talks to me, it is definitely great. And I really think that if you guys try, you can make a difference. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Michaela, like we said before, and my bullying story started in 6th grade. There were rumors spread about me saying that I beat a girl up when I would never even consider doing something as horrible as that. Like, would any of you beat anyone up? No? Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So I didn't beat anyone up, but there were rumors about that, and people actually believed that. And so people stopped talking to me. They were afraid that I was going to beat them up. And from then on, no one really talked to me. And that rumor passed. People started knowing that I didn't do that. But still to this day, nobody talks to me. I sit at lunch alone with this girl right here, which it's good, but you know, you can get tired of it. Aw. I'm joking, she's amazing. But honestly, I don't really like living like that. I really just want someone to be there other than my sister. I want a friend. I want someone to hang out with at the mall every Saturday or to tell secrets to and trust that they won't tell anything. But that's not happening. Well, if there's anyone that feels like that, just know you're not alone, because I feel exactly that way. And I'm sure there's people that feel like that here in this audience, who just feel alone and trapped because they can't let out their feelings to anyone. But I'm going to tell you that if anyone said anything rude to you, it's meaningless. You are all beautiful people. From the faces I can see, you're gorgeous, like really. And you guys are destined for such great things. And whatever other people say mean nothing, because they've never seen you at your best. They've never seen you when you're doing the things that you love and when you have a true smile on your face. They've never seen that, so they don't know how great you really are. So whatever people say, if it's mean, just ignore it, because it's not true. The most important that can love yourself is you. You can only love yourself, really. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing. Thanks a lot. You guys are awesome.
It's true. We've got 3 special guests that would like to come out and say hi to you and tell you their quick stories. If you ever watch the television show Dance Moms, we've got 3 of the dance moms here with us today. We're going to bring to the stage Melissa, Jill, and Christy. Please give them a giant round of applause.
Welcome. I think what Bubba and Shelly and Melanie are doing here today is amazing. And I really hope you guys listen to what they're saying, not just today, tomorrow, a month from now. Remember this. Remember this assembly. Remember what to do If you see someone hurting, if you know someone's being bullied, do something about it. Step in, okay? Because everybody matters, everybody counts. And I just want to say, you know, in this day and age, we have cell phones, we have Twitter and Instagram, and remember, a bully doesn't just have to be kicked or slapped or talked about in the lunchroom. Bullying can happen on the internet. You know, the social media is crazy now, so be careful of that, okay? It happens to everybody. Mind what you're saying, mind what you're typing, what you're writing. Just because your face isn't behind it, I think people think they can say and do things if they're not saying it face to face. So just be careful of that, okay? And I wanna, I'll stop. But I want to say something that I saw in your middle school because I had kids there. I have Kendall coming up there next year. Thank you. And on Mr. Simpson's wall, he has the definition of integrity. And as you guys know, integrity is doing the right thing, you finish, even when, right. So just always be mindful of who you are, what you're doing. Is this gonna hurt someone? Is it not? If it's gonna hurt them, if you think it, maybe you shouldn't say it, don't. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Melissa, and bullying has been a part of my family for a long time. My brother was bullied, and he's older than me, he's 47. He actually quit school in 9th grade because he was bullied, because he was different. So, you know, and bullying is actually in the schools now. Back then, it was just pushed under the carpet. And a couple of weeks ago, I heard our good friend Bubba on the radio. I called him because I was brokenhearted about exclusion. I never heard of bullying by exclusion. I don't even know which is worse, someone saying mean things to you or you being ignored the entire day of school. I just think it's really important. If you see someone that has no friends or is at lunch sitting by themselves, talk to that person. You're gonna feel better about yourself. I think that's my challenge to everyone. Talk to someone you've never spoken to before that is different. Because not everybody looks the same, and we're all different, which is wonderful. God made us all different. Talk to someone that you've never spoken to before.
I'm Christy, and I want to know, I know you guys are middle school, right? How old is everyone out there? Okay, wow. I know you all are very grown up at this age because I have a 12-year-old Chloe at home. Thank you, I like her too. But think back for a minute to when you guys were little kids. Did anybody here want to be a superhero? Yeah. Absolutely, I still want to be a superhero. What kind of power would you have if you were a superhero? Let me hear. Fly. Fly would be cool. How about being invisible? Anything else? Well, I can't hear, Mom. How about the power to change someone's life? Good one? But you know what? Each and every one of you in this room can be a superhero because you know who those kids are who are being excluded, who are being picked on. And just by showing a little kindness to that person, you can be a superhero and change their lives. I'm going to tell you a quick story because she's not here. I wanted Chloe to come today because she's picked on by an adult all the time that you all see on television. And I want to tell a story about when Chloe was sitting in the lunchroom last year. And there was a little girl who came over to the table with her and all of her friends, and she wanted to sit there, and all the kids said, "We didn't invite you to sit here. We don't want you. Get out." So this little girl went and sat by herself, and Chloe looked at them and said, "Why would you do that to her?" And she got up and moved her lunch and went and sat with that kid. Every single one of you can do that. You don't need to be on TV to do it. You just have to have a little compassion. I believe every single one of you can be a superhero, and we love you all.
more time. Give it up for the Pirate Parrot! Now wait a second. Hey Parrot, that wasn't loud enough, was it? Look at those guns. Postseason. You see that? Those of you that don't even know, because you guys are too young, the Pirates haven't had a winning season in 20 years, and this year we didn't just have a winning season, we went to the playoffs!
Okay, guys, we need you to give a huge round of applause from Epic Records to a great big world!
Hey everyone. Really happy to be here. There's a girl in the backyard banging on her drum, sitting in a junk pile, laughing at the sun, singing, "Ah, ah, ah, I just wanna be a rock star." There's a boy in the backseat singing to this song, playing it on the radio, knowing he's the one singing, "Ah, ah, ah, I just wanna be a rock star." Singing, "Ah, ah, ah, I was born to be a rock star." There's a girl in the treetop looking at the stars, waiting for a touchdown, calling from Mars, thinking, is there anybody out there? There's a boy thinking of her, playing his guitar, searching for the answer buried in his heart, thinking, is there anybody out there? Singing, is there anybody out there? If there's a meaning, can you show me a sign? The more I look, it just gets harder to find. The world is spinning and I wanna know why. And we're all getting older, wishing we were young, hanging on the memory of what we would become, singing, "Ah, ah, ah, I was born to be a rock star." Singing, "Ah, ah, I just wanna be a rock star." Singing, "Ah, ah, I was born to be a rock star." If there's a meaning, can you show me a sign? The more I look, it just gets harder to find. The world is spinning and I wanna know why. And maybe we will never figure it out. Got a feeling that's what life's all about. I'm learning anything is possible now. You guys ready to sing? It's a call and response. It goes like this. Take a ticket and get off the line. 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 So take a ticket and get off the line. Don't be shy. Take a ticket and get off the line. Ticket and get off the line. Take a ticket and get off the line. Keep on doing that. Take a ticket and get off the line. Born to be a rock star. Ticket and get off the line. Take a ticket and get off the line. Born to be a rock star. We are called A Great Big World. We're so happy to be here. Congratulations, you guys. This was really important. Ian and I were both really bullied. The whole band was bullied. And I mean, for me, like, I never thought that I had anything that was worthwhile to share. And I didn't start singing until I was 21. I always played piano, but I don't know, I was picked on, I was shy, and so the process of singing and writing songs and forming the band and getting out there and playing and realizing that people were listening was a process for me, like learning to love myself, and that the things that we're insecure about and that we get picked on about are the most beautiful things about us. And that was a huge revelation for me. So, and for me, in middle school was the worst time of my life in terms of bullying. I was bullied every single day. I would go home crying. I didn't know how to deal with it, and so I decided I'd try to change everything about myself to try and meet the bullies' expectations and I realized that I didn't need to change anything about myself. That I am who I am, and it's amazing, and you're amazing, and all of you guys have something worth saying, and it gets better too. So if you find yourself in that position, just know that this is just a moment in time, and it does get better. And it's in the past. So thank you guys again. I'm going to be right back. So thank you to 100.7 Star for hosting this and for also supporting our music. And this is a song that's being played on the radio right now, and some of you guys might know it. It's called Say Something. Yeah! The dance moms will appreciate this. We weren't expecting this to be a single, and then it was danced to on So You Think You Can Dance about a month ago. So, and yeah, who watches that show? Say something, I'm giving up on. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have thought of you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. And will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have thought of and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would follow you. No. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something. We're gonna do one more for you guys. Who here watches Glee? Nobody? No one watches Glee? No one watches Glee. Okay, awesome. This song was performed by the cast of Glee in January. And it was a dream of ours to get a song on that show. And it happened. So it's called This Is the New Year. Oh, and it's relevant. We love the sentiment and the idea behind the New Year's holiday, where it's never too late to make changes, and that should be applied to every moment in life, and like right now. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you again.
Oh, this is Oscar. And this is Chris. That guy's Zach. My name is Ian.
I'm Chad.
All the great people. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you, one of the first episode.
Yeah. Another year you made a promise, another chance to turn it all around, and do not save this for tomorrow. Embrace the past and you can live for now. And I will give the world
minutes late, so if you could just give me 30 seconds. There's some people I need to thank here. I need to thank the dance moms for coming out. They've got a very busy schedule, and they came out, and they were a part of this. I need to thank the Pirate Parrot in such a busy time for coming out during the schedule and doing all that. I need to thank all the people from the radio station that have believed in what we're about to do for changing bullying everywhere. Shelley and Melanie, I could never do any of this without you. You're the two greatest partners a radio guy could have. They're my work wives. My daughters, Michaela and Brianna, for being my inspiration. I know my wife is probably going to really hate me after this, but many, many, many conversations over a dining room table where we said, we're going to make a change. We're making a change. And each and every one of you that are here today, the biggest thank you is owed to you, because when you leave here, you are going to change the future, and thank you for that. Thanks for coming out today.
Okay, again, thank you. Students, I want to commend you for your behavior, your participation. You were wonderful. Thank you. At this time, we're going to start to dismiss our Penn Middle School students. Please stay seated. Trafford Middle Schools, please listen up. First 4 buses are dismissed at this time. Buses 1, 2, 3, and 4.